And we are live. Early, too. Hello, Sandata and Maple. Thank you both for joining so quickly. This isn't me. Okay, well, wait a minute. Thank you very much. See, Mabel already cares about the tacos, Sandata. Except, well, you just said, oops, this isn't Maple. Am I speaking to Neon? It might actually be any number of people, now that I'm thinking about it. Right now, I'm doing a little bit of planning-related stuff that didn't occur to me until right now. It might not matter. There's a 1 in 3 chance that it'll matter a tiny bit, and even then it'll only matter for me and not anybody watching, so... Yeah, it's too complicated right now. I accept my fate. Just say Breaker 3, but only if you fight Heavy Harm's Hazel. I mean, I technically can do that. We don't have to jump right into it just now. So bear in mind, I'm not going to even think about starting a game until 7. I want people to file in and vote. So, in fact, let me... make sure that I've got this all set up, too. Dope, 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 dope. Okay, this should be fine. Not Mabel anymore. Anyway, play Kaze. I will have an actual poll up in just a moment. I just need to find the webhook for... or not webhook, the URL for it. Okay, this should work. We're gonna do a test one really fast. Sandata, as much as I'd love for it to be an open vote, it is just the 3 on screen, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. Okay, so that's not the right. That's the right button. Whoops, alright. So source... browser add. Add source. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna look. With any luck, it'll just work fine. Honestly, Cubivore would be awesome to do on stream at some point. I would be so completely on board for that. Alright, so now... the last pull. Okay, nobody panic. This is just a test poll. Oh, dope. Okay, that does actually show up on screen. Very good, very good. Can make it bigger, so that's also good. I just need to change the bounding box a bit. Say 300? Now, let's see. Cool. Okay, I'm glad this is working. You accidentally reported it? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I think if I cancel it too... here, I'm going to cancel it so that there's no accidental Zenny spending. I just wanted to make sure that the web... or the browser source that I found was actually correct. And that does go away. Alright, dope. That's perfect. So now, I'm going to actually put in the for real, actual, true poll. Okay, I'm gonna have this run... Oh, I can only have it run for 10 minutes? That's not the coolest. Okay, one second. Let me see if I can find one that runs longer than that. Oh, man. Okay, that's a bummer. In order to get a poll that lasts longer than 10 minutes, I would need to, like, use an external site. So I'm gonna wait until... no, Damnation, you are not too late to vote. Don't worry about it. But, so the baked-in Twitch poll only lasts for 10 minutes max. So I'm going to wait until 50 to actually start it. That way there'll be, like, kind of a maximum critical mass, ideally. Hopefully. Which isn't ideal, but at least this is giving more people time to file in, so... Yeah, the other alternative would be sending a link to people and then going there, and that's like a whole extra thing. Straw poll lasts longer, not sure if it works still. It should, that's the thing. Like, it would involve an external URL, and that's, like, potentially cheesable. It doesn't have this any interaction, so I think this is kind of the way to go. The only other... Well, actually, I'll use this opportunity to check one other thing that might enhance things, depending on what gets chosen. Nah. I'll live. I'll deal with it. Okay, yeah, no, so that's the thing. I was gonna go over the games as well. See, Sandana knows what's up. So, there's the three options today, and I know it's a little weird that two of them are mechs and one of them is a mascot platformer, but it is kind of three different categories. So, Gundam Breaker 3, right in the middle, is one that I've got like 560 hours in. I'm super familiar with it. Because 4 is coming out, I thought it would be a fun option to kind of showcase how the game works for people that haven't seen it before and might be excited about it before it actually comes out, because that way not only are you getting a taste of it, but then the community as a whole will be more familiar with everything that's changed, which is kind of more hype for the actual stream when that happens, because we will be playing 4. Like, that's a given. And it's very soon. It's the 28th. So next week, actually, is going to be when that is on the table officially. Kaze and the Wild Masks is another game that I've already completed, but I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to beat the entire thing in 3 hours or so. So it would be a total showcase. You'd get to see the entire game end to end. It's really, really charming. It wasn't... well, if you look into it, you know more about it this way, but it flew under the radar for me because it wasn't advertised super well initially as a Donkey Kong Country style platformer. So it's really, really movement heavy, and there's not a lot else to it. It's just like this really nice, stylized, dope one. And then Megaton Musashi is a game that I literally, and don't let this sway your vote, I'm not worried about it, I'm going to play it either way. I literally bought yesterday as a third option for this. It looks super cool, it's been on my wishlist for a while. It is a level 5 game where half of it is kind of visual novel adjacent, where there's character interactions and stuff like that, but then the other half is customizable super robots. So, sort of like Breaker, except I think the parts pool is going to be much smaller and the customization is probably going to be a lot less, but everything is like super, super over the top. Like gigantic ultra weapons, and like your robot is already going to be skyscraper sized, and there's bosses that are like 5 times your height, called like named attacks with full voice acting. It should be like really, really flashy and over the top, and I'm pretty pumped to play it. So I figured that'd be the interest spread there. There's either something that we're all going in blind to together with, or, you know, maybe I'm going into blind and just kind of hyped about it. There's one that I can showcase heavily leading into streams coming up, or there's the potential of an entire game playthrough just as a one-off. And that's right on time. I am going to start the poll now, so anybody listening, get ready to vote on your goodies. Bear in mind, you can spend Zenny to vote more. Right now, I'm hoping this is an okay value. It's 2,000, so it's more than most of our little goon stuff, but as soon as the clock hits 6:50, I am clicking the start poll button. In 10 seconds, I'm actually just taking a peek at the clock. And everything is hooked up. Everything should be working correctly. So really, it's just a matter of what everybody wants to see. Starting the poll now. And like I said, don't let the fact that I bought that other game sway anything. Like, that's a total non-factor. I don't want anybody to feel like I'd be upset. Hello, Magnus. You are just in time for the vote. It literally just went live a moment ago. You did just miss the explanation of each of the games. I can run through them a little bit more briefly for everybody else's sanity, but if you're familiar with them or just want to go on gut instinct, whatever ends up working. Right now, it seems pretty landslide adjacent, but if you tell your friends, get other people in here, see who can do what. The devastating lack of faith in Megaton Musashi. That's totally fine. There's currently no poll running. What? Oh, really? Definitely should be. Just try refreshing your page. Everybody else so far looks like they voted. Neon's doing their part. You did get a sticker. It's a fun idea. I should have figured something like that out. I had the idea for this ticket backdrop right before I went to bed last night and ended up staying up an extra hour just to make it. So hopefully it was worth it. Ooh! It's getting competitive. Wait a minute. Oh, right, because there's multi-votes. My goodness. Kaze's still out by 1. But now it's an actual competitive vote. Ooh! Ooh! Alright. Oh my god. Honestly, I was kind of surprised. I will drain my Zenny Nugs to get Kaze you don't understand. You know what? That's fine, too. Magnus is kind of the wild card here. It could theoretically come down to exclusively what they want to play. If it's any consolation, too, almost certainly these will all be streamed at some point. Neon's dreams crushed. Technically, somebody could sway the vote in another direction. It's not impossible. I love how heated this is with only 6 viewers. While this continues to run. Nada, thank you for the medals. Very much appreciated. Damnation's got Zenny, convince him. So, again, Kaze is a delightful game that I will probably be able to get through all in one session that is extremely heavily inspired by Donkey Kong Country. So if you want to see some really excellent platforming, hello, Minami. Thank you for joining. Just in time for votes. My goodness. Just like that, we're tied up again. The others got robots. It's true. Again, I understand that the spread being 2-to-1 mechs versus mascot platformer is very strange, but the categories make sense, I swear. Oh no, Minami has seen the Nui game. I know where this is going. Minami, just so you're aware, you can vote multiple times if you spend Zenny. It's 2,000 Zenny per additional vote. I hope it's additional. Did everybody have to spend for the initial vote? Because I'm assuming no, but Twitch did not tell me. So I actually wouldn't mind having that clarified. You get one free... Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make absolutely sure. Ooh! Kaze pulling ahead. Probably help if I also sent out the tweet announcement, not that anybody but Magnus will see it. There is still time. I can't believe that this actually got competitive just because of the multi-vote thing. Broke, so buying a single vote is not wise. Well. And again, I don't want anybody to panic. It's not like the other two options are going to disappear from my roster at any point. I will almost certainly play all of them. Well, I guess technically Breaker 3 will be usurped by 4, but, you know, it's a sequel. So you won't be getting too much of a different experience there. The goal of Breaker 3 today was to showcase what max level stuff in the previous game looked like, and also kind of build hype as a community to see changes and stuff like that. But you're going to be seeing a lot of breakers, so... I'm just saying that all three are equally valid choices, and I'm excited that people are excited about any of them. I am curious who voted Musashi, though. Especially if it was somebody that came in without explanation, or if you're already a fan of the game, because I haven't played it yet. Again, so I'm interested to hear who went up to bat for that one. Sandata, thank you for the gift sub. Oh, also, I have no idea if they're in here right now, but I saw that somebody followed me earlier today before I even started the stream. If you are listening, thank you very much for that. Look at this, it's tied again. Oh my god, we need to figure out what to do in case of a tie, I guess. I suppose in case of a tie, if that does end up happening... Well, no, because everybody's already spent. And it's not like that'll get refunded. That's really tricky. Look at this, it's tied again. What a shame. Immediately not tied anymore. I feel like this is Minami just coming in like a steamroller, just like, no, we're playing Bunny. Your 3 votes for Musashi. Oh, dope. That's very cool, actually. Unless, wait, was that not what you wanted? I hope everything is working correctly. That wasn't you that time. Interesting. They're coming up on the end of the poll. Only 2 minutes left. Will I have hooked up my PS4 to the PS5 rather to the Elgato for no reason? Only time will tell. Working correctly, but I wanted 0 votes to Musashi. This was an error. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Man, poor Musashi. That means it would be like a landslide with it getting no votes. You know what? This is fine. Well, hopefully it's fine. As long as everybody's okay with the... okay, you did. Okay. As long as that's where you wanted it to go. Kaze pulling ahead. Free votes. Very much appreciated either way. It's funny, I'm thinking about this like you're actually spending real money, which I'm glad nobody's, like, microtransactioning this shit. Well, I suppose some people already did, which, thank you again. It's extremely generous every time. But I want to start thinking about doing stuff like giveaways, and I had to look up the rules because I was curious. My god. Magnus contributing 10,000! The winner, 10 to 8 to 4. Kaze and the Wild Masks, which, if we're lucky, I'll be able to get through the entire game of. Oh, Magnus, I know. I appreciate your restraint, because I know you could have, by and large, just bought the entire poll out. Can't even do push-ups for donation. Yeah, so that's what I was getting at, is Twitch outright, like, any kind of spending. Like, you cannot encourage people to spend for a reward. It constitutes gambling immediately. So, yeah, I want to do giveaway stuff, but I need to phrase it very, very carefully. That's neither here nor there. It wouldn't matter right now. Anyway, for now, though, we gotta get a source set up. Kaze and the Wild Masks. Put most of that towards Gundam, then knew you started winning, so I floated a Zenny vote. My goodness. Playing multiple parts of the table. You're like a casino genius. Or something. Give me your favorite enemy mobile suit, boss, or grunt. Oh, easy. Let me get this game source set up really fast. Actually, I'm gonna... So it's gonna be awkwardly quiet for a moment while I get this going because I don't want the music to overlap. So, YouTube music is paused. Mega Man Chill is gone. I am going to... What if I just launched Musashi? Musashi is what I have highlighted right now because I was making sure it was fully installed from last night. So I could just be like, actually, fuck you! But I'm not going to do that. That'd be awful. I stick with what, say, where? Should be on my... There you are. I'm also going to need to set it to windowed mode. There's a couple achievements I could go for too, but I don't think we're going to do that. So bear with me, there's going to be a little bit of screen juggling. Unless... Oh, no, I already windowed it. Oh, dope. Dope, we're good. Source... Not capture cursor. Hopefully that was all coming through audio-wise. Pop you down into game sources. I'm also pretty excited, too, because this game's got a pretty great soundtrack on top of everything else. Windows 9 lineup. Yeah. Oh, no, I know. I'm getting everything set up. I didn't launch this one earlier because I basically got home and immediately threw the stream on, and I wanted to make sure everything was set up correctly. How is the audio balance? How is everything else? Are we good to start? Because like I said, kind of want to go for a speedrun adjacent run of all stages. Now that I'm thinking about it, I suppose I could also start a new save file too. Audio sounds fine, very good. Oh, there was that one request. Should have... Please tell me. Yes! Are you actually transparent? Because if this is actually transparent, then we're golden. Oh, even better! Wait a minute. Oh, this is superb. I'm gonna put up 2. We're gonna get a squad. Keep giving you 2-for-1s. I'm really spoiling you. I could put up more. I'm not going to. It is definitely in the spirit of this. Bucky O'Hare, Jazz Jackrabbit. Certainly could. I'm just going to let the menu music run for a little bit longer while I get these requests added. Source, image, add, new. So you asked for my favorite mobile suit grunt. Anybody who knows Gundam is going to maybe give me shit for this, but my boy is Leo, whom I am extremely excited for, because Leo is in Breaker 4. Wasn't sure if it was going to happen. He is a little guy. Donald, alright, so Leo Ground is going over here. Like I said, we're getting a bonus. Today is a hype day. Why not? Add source new. Because the same game that has that also has the blue repaint Leo. And you know we gotta rep blue team. It's not gonna line up with my crate, but that's fine. I just want a size where you can appreciate. That works. This is fine. That's not Space Leo, actually. That is a blue ground. Purple in this game is way more saturated. The blue is kind of like a navy midnight. It's a little hard to tell. I have an actual literal platoon of Leos. I've got like 6 or 7 of the high-grade model kit. I've got a bunch of the figures. I'm a Leo fan. Anyway. So, I've got the 100% save file. I could go this slot, or I could go with that. The only reason that I'd be a little bit wary about doing this one is because cutscenes might not... Well, I could just do them. This is going to be a little bit faster. Okay. So, ignore the stage that we're on right now. We're going to island map. Getting, I guess, kind of a sneak preview of everything. This is the other thing that I wasn't 100% sure about, but this is fine. We're all good. And I will also be playing cutscenes for everybody to see, too. Mercifully, once you have them, they unlock. So this is the intro story. Oh, Minami, you're in for a treat. This game was a treasure. They did such a good job with it. Well, this goes... Okay, good, that's not... changing the audio. Don't you worry. I'm so glad that it seems like we're kind of getting a resurgence of mascot platformer-style games. There's a couple others that I've seen, too. Your friend just get Bionic Commando 2'd? I actually don't know. I have not played any of the Bionic Commando games. Seems like a shame, but I've played what I've played. So, I can go for bonus stages, but because I already have everything unlocked, I'm not overtly worried about it. I can also go for speedruns. But essentially, Donkey Kong Country style-wise, there's all kinds of satisfying movement. We're picking up crystals instead of bananas, and all of the bad guys are mutant vegetables that then turn into their normal form when you knock them out. Also, much like Donkey Kong Country, there is a very low health threshold, and there's Kong letters. I really can't overstate how much of this formula is clearly inspired that way. I think I'll do a little bit of collecting in the first couple stages just to kind of give you the idea and then go for just proper runs, because some of the later stages have some crazy satisfying movement. It's been a couple weeks since I played any of it. but I'm still pretty confident that I'll be able to get through most of them. If not first try, then only in a couple. If anything else, too, this is also a good showcase for all the music. Normally, you'd get a little flashy cutscene of picking the crystals up, too. Everything is crystals, which I also appreciate. Very good checkpoint. But yeah, everything is very, very faithful to it. You get the enemy bouncing, you get the coyote time jumping off of ledges with the roll, or the spin, rather. You get momentum boosts when you go through enemies. It is remarkably faithful. And also a nice change of pace, too, because usually when you see kind of retro-inspired throwback games, they are either 8-bit, sometimes 16-bit is, like, finally taking back over, and they are more often than not either Castlevania, or Metroidvania, or Mega Man or Mario, like, straight platforming. It's, I think, the only one that I've seen that is, like, straight up, it's Donkey Kong, which I super, super appreciate. Imagine I didn't have any of these already. So those are the 4 rewards you can get per stage. There's the Kaze letters for the yellow gem, there's the 2 shards of the green gem for completing both bonus stages, 2 every level. There's collecting 100 gems, there's always more than 100, which is a nice touch. And then no damage over there on the left under level clear. That is how you 100% everything. Very Dixie Kong 2. Yes, we are. Well, wait until you see me pick up an item to throw. You will not be disappointed there if you're a Dixie fan. And then, yeah, Sonic had Freedom Planet. Or Freedom Planet had Sonic pretty well locked down, too. Once you beat a stage, you unlock Time Trial mode. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, would be pretty fun for a lot of the stages that I haven't already gotten that medal on. Because that's something that I haven't 100%ed yet. But I also don't want to get into the habit of playing levels over and over and over again just to, like, do them perfect, because that is not the point of this particular stream. And I can be very perfectionist that way, to a frustrating degree. Doing this removes the gems and the bonus areas, and the checkpoint, so you have to do all of it in one run. Tech-wise, too, while I'm still on easier stages and able to kind of divide my attention between explaining and playing at the same time, because for some of the later ones I am probably going to have a much harder time doing that. If you are doing a high jump, like on the jelly here, then everything is fine, right? Like, you can jump and chain and everything works normally. If you are spinning off of an enemy like I did off of the eggplant there, that no longer is the case. And you can't chain, or you can't use your glide anymore, so when you're doing different jumps that way, you need to be paying attention to which style you're doing, because it drastically changes how you can chain your movement together, which is a nice kind of extra layer. So, this is a special stage. You see the green gems along it. We'll come back to that. They are brutally difficult. Never S rank and 64 mischief movement. Gotcha. And just like, I really can't praise enough how good this looks. We are getting our first wild mask, which now that I'm thinking about it, actually, you know what, here. I'm going to restart the level, and I'm not going to do the speedrun mode, because some extra stuff plays there that I think is going to be much more fun to showcase. Oh, does it not happen if it's not a fresh playthrough? We will... I'll reload into this one after we finish it. But there are obviously wild masks in Kaze and the Wild Masks. This one is the Bird Mask. I don't know if it has another name. This is pretty much a text-free game, which I also really appreciate. The storytelling is all visual. We are obviously able to fly, and we have these projectiles. So we're essentially Squawks the Parrot from Country 2 right now. If you already have your second hit, because that is all you can take at full health, quote-unquote, then hearts become gems, which means you can theoretically raise your highest value, which doesn't matter past the 100 outside of keeping track of your own high score, but it is nice that it gives you that little extra kind of 110% vibe. And you will also notice, I just took damage, call that showcasing, that I didn't take damage, my shield popped. So essentially the way Kaze explains its health system is that the heart is a shield bubble, and you can take one additional hit, but Kaze herself only takes one. But that said, so do most enemies. I think the only exception are bosses. We got the Z! Okay. Like I said, I'm going to launch back in here just to see if this actually plays proper. And if not, then I might actually take this opportunity to start a new save file. But I'm pretty positive this is going to work the way I think it will. Not taking the time trial. We're not even necessarily going to need to play through the entire stage again. I just want to see if a particular visual triggers. if I'm not getting hit by a flaming carrot. There we go. So usually you get that whole big mask fanfare thing when you're picking it up for the first time in a stage, but because I hit the time trial, that erased it because it would be burning your time. So, just a neat little extra thing. All of the masks will do it. There are 4. Get excited if you see kind of an animal-themed name on a stage. They are all nice and unique. I really enjoy all of it. So, again, for those who were talking about being similar to Dixie, if this isn't straight-up Dixie Kong influence, I don't know what else would be. I think some of my favorite backgrounds in the game in these, like, upper ruins stages. I love that kind of visual in the background, like the aqueducts or like minecart track, whatever you want to call what those might be. Sense of depth is just super good. I love that this is all country influenced, but the sprite work is not really capped at any, like, system requirements for, like, a Super Nintendo or a Genesis or anything, and because of that, it gives me the feeling of, like, those really rich PC platformers, like Rayman. Or I guess closer to, like, PS1 quality, since that era would be around the same time. Saw that. Remember that being a little bit on the trickier side the first time. Rayman, my buddy, exactly. Racking my brain for ear-tossing characters, I'm getting none. I'm not sure how well CGI turns Sprouts in the game now. Well, I don't know. I mean, if you did it in that exact rendering style, I don't think it'd turn out that bad. So again, Wearing the Donkey Kong Country influence on its sleeve, here we have what is essentially Stop and Go Station. Right down to the Claptraps, which are horrifying mutant corn, and our Rock Crocs are spiky pineapples. I should have picked up that heart. This is fine. We're gaming. I believe it was Mabel who on... Oh! Ooh! Thank you, Coyote Time. That rightfully pointed out that those little porcupine-looking guys are dragon fruits. Which I really think is neat. What have I done? This is a disaster. I love that the entire forest goes bioluminescent when you hit the lights in the background. It's such a cool detail. Oh, that was almost bad too. Reset that. I don't like that cycle. Go. I do really like a lot of the movement to get some of the loot. But again, I want to make sure I'm getting through the majority of the game. So right now, it is not that I am forgetting where anything is. I just want to make sure that I'm showcasing all the levels if I can help it. We're on good pace, but some of the later stages get pretty tough. And I'm probably going to need a couple tries to do the final boss. No time for barrel games. Mercifully... Oh, actually, you know what? That's something that I am going to give points to Kaze over the country games. I've talked about this before. I don't remember if on stream or not. But one of the things that I am critical about when it comes to whether or not people prefer like Country 1 or Country 2... 3, I guess, is also in that discussion, too, but usually it comes down to those two. No shade, I like all three of them. Is, for me, I really like the laser-focused platforming in Country 1, and the search for bonus stage stuff is... Oh, actually, hold on one moment. Our second wild mask, the Shark Mask, which makes underwater movement super wonderful. We get a sprint, essentially, and a torpedo, and it doesn't do anything to hinder us on land either, so right now we are just better at swimming. So I love Country 1's laser focus on platforming. Like, you don't have to do anything else. The game just works, and that's it. In order to get the full ending of Country 2, you have to do all the bonus stages, and the bonus stages then take up so much of your attention, like, getting to them, that, in my opinion, it kind of hurts the flow of the actual platforming stages themselves, because it becomes less about all of the really, really tightly designed platforming, and more about combing everywhere and, like, moving around kind of janky and then getting, like, warped through half of it. All of the bonuses in Kaze just take you back to about where you were in the first place, so you're not losing any of the very well put together level. And all of the bonuses are so short and evenly spaced that it didn't feel intrusive at all for me going through and 100%ing everything. Which, again, I think is something that this just outright does better than Country 2. I'm not going to say that it's the better game overall, but in that one regard, I think it really has a big leg up, because you're getting the best of everything. You're getting the really nice treasure hunt, but you're doing it in a way that isn't breaking up the flow of the stages, and that, to me, is the most important part. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Love how smooth all this is. The hit detection is so good. That death before didn't even bother me because I could tell it was my fault. doing this on an analog stick, too, is just like... Oof. Smooth. And we're done with the first Shark Mass stage. Where he has, like, money and side passes. Exactly. And, again, no complaints about 3 overall as a country game, by any means. I know it is some people's favorite, and that's totally fine and valid, and I dig it. I really enjoyed it, too. They just have very different feels, because, you know, 1, you just get to, like, blast through all this excellent, excellent level design, and 3 is like, you want side quests? Because here's side quests. First boss. We are already at the end of the first world. I might need to play the cutscenes before, but we'll just take this as we go. I've already taken damage. I'm a fool. All of these horrible vegetables. Oh, I forgot about that phase. That is my bad. That Super Metroid. You would get the Super Missiles from Spore Spawn, so you wouldn't have them yet. Unless you're sequence breaking, which, hey, one of the easiest ones to do in that game. Okay, now we're getting the little baby ones. Alright, so now... up and down. Repeat 2 more times and we are all set. But now all the patterning is a little bit different. It might take me a couple tries to remember some of it. Mercifully, though, they're really not that bad. It's our second hit. I vaguely remember this pattern being easier than the first. Oof! That was a lot closer than it should have been. That should be that. Right, this should be GG on the boss. It is. We good. Check out this cool cutscene. Cutscene, you know, still images, which I also think is very charming. Oddly, you're ruining a good moment. Banned. Oh, we got him.
Good work. Dino Gem awarded.
So every zone you complete, you save a bunch of woodland critters. The first one, though, you get your balloonist, which is how you get to the other stages, which I think is very cute. And before we go to the island map, I'm going to showcase one more thing while we're here. And also, I'll try that challenge stage, but I'll warn you, I'm not going to do a good job at it. So, that's just the KO. So, that's fine. This is where you get to rewatch those cutscenes from. The way the story is given to you, though, is through the Kaze letters. As you get Kaze gems, or like the Kaze letters and then the yellow gems, if you get them per stage, you get what is essentially this game's backstory in chunks. So you get all these nice little hand-drawn things that kind of explain all what's going on. There's only going to be the 6. I don't necessarily want to show all those off because I think they're really neat, and it would be incentive for you guys to pick up the game for yourselves. I really encourage it. It is super, super good. We're going to try this, let's say, 3 tries. These are the challenge stages that you would get kind of similar to the Lost World in Donkey Kong Country 2. They are much more difficult than the regular stages. Like, very, very much. So this one is called Watch Your Step. The reason this stage gets very difficult is because all of your stage visual goes away immediately. If I can do this again, this is the one that I did last. Weirdly, they put the hardest one first, which is kind of nuts. Nope! Alright. There's a platform right there that you can see his missiles impacting on, so that's one attempt. Whoops! I'm not gonna count that one. That was stupid movement tech on my part. Wait until you see how it ends up getting, because this is still, honestly, the easier part of the stage. You see how his missile is impacting right here. I haven't been able to figure out the hit detection on this one just yet. There's one here. I'm not going for the gems, because I've already got that. You're impacting. You're going to jump off of these beats. Can do speedrun tech here to kind of fake it. You can see they're landing on it. And what I like doing here, we're almost to the end. These guys are the last indicator. Want him alive. Got it! Not bad. You can use Coyote Time, which, if you're not familiar, that means when you do a roll off of the edge and then still get to jump in midair a little bit, like Wile E. Coyote in the classic cartoons. You can use that to kind of gauge, okay, I have now fallen off, but there must be something in arm's reach, so I'm going to go for it. So you can use that to kind of echolocate your way through just by kind of intentionally falling off of the stage. It's a scary way to do it, but that's how I originally finally figured it out, because man, did that one take me a long time. I'm actually real excited that I got that on stream. We're going to the island map. It is time for World 2. Forgotten Grove is all taken care of. Now we are going to the Frozen Mountains. One thing I really appreciate about this that I'm not going to tell right away is that you'll think that this will all be ice stages, but you'll be surprised. Now that said, we're starting to get into a lot of the extra really good music now too. I love this song. We got some sledding carrots. Whoop. No dragon fruit, please and thank you. Just to kind of showcase what's where. Almost whiffed that. Let's do a bonus stage. We haven't done a bonus stage in a while. Oh, I like this one. So they don't respawn, and you have to come back over here to get the gem. The movement on this one is kind of tight the first time. It's going to take me a second to memorize it, or remember exactly how you're supposed to do this. I think I need... Start. That should be clean. Because they don't respawn, you need to make sure that you give yourself a bridge back. I love stuff like that. Don't need to be jumping over them, but I always panic when I see them, which is silly of me. Yeah, like right there, I should have done the speed boost. There's the other bonus. Ooh, I thought I was about done there. There's the E. You would let that platform lower all the way to grab it. Don't let that lower too much. My goodness. More cheap viewers, huh? Maverick Band. We have our first ice stage. You would think that the frozen mountains would be nothing but that, but we are already going to a new biome. We're going to Slingshot Ride, which has a nice rainy background. Naturally, these are going to be our cannon barrel equivalents. Visually, though, I love how they do it. It's great. You can see that she's pulling back like a bow, using her ears as the string. It'll be more obvious with the second type coming up soon. You can see we're already kind of starting to escalate into, like, higher tier movement stuff, which is really cool. Oof. The launchers are, really fun ones to run through. We have our first armored beat. These guys we can just bounce on indefinitely. They're going to be used for some movement puzzles in some later stages. Alright, there's the bow animation. I love it. Just naturally super classic DK cannon barrel stuff. To a degree where I'm almost surprised that they didn't add it in sooner, in like earlier levels, because they're such a given, but I kind of like that they introduced them as a more advanced mechanic so that you get to, right out the gate, have them as like more intricate challenges. There would be more bonus down that way. You can see some jewels gently guiding us down that slope. These are always the ones that I have the hardest time not second-guessing. Mr. Kaze letter, that's fine. We already got all of them. I am going to do this one, though, because it's satisfying. I will say the cannon barrels have the audio leg up on these launchers. It's really hard to beat those big concussive hits. But I like how these ones are tied in thematically to the character design. Back to Snow. You will notice an animal name in this title. It's hard to pick a favorite, but this one is a contender for being up there for my second favorite mask. Already giving us more to the snow mechanics. Oh! Oh! Shame. A shame! Thought I did that too early. I'm glad I was wrong. We have our third mask. The Tiger Mask. So now, we can dash and climb. We are unable to do it to these icy surfaces. But all of our movement just got super, super cool. I am actually going to showcase this here. But much like your roll, you will also get movement extensions through enemies, which is going to come into play more a little bit later. It refreshes when you bounce off of an enemy too, which is also very nice. Oof. Uncomfortably close. There's a nice extend. Mega Man is fuck with the air dashes and wall jumps. It absolutely is. It's hard to overstate how much I love it for this. But done in a way that accentuates the actual movement instead of combat, which I really, really appreciate. It's a nice spin on what would otherwise just be, like you said, kind of just more or less the same. Having the confidence there, immediately being ripped away by me doing all of those jumps completely wrong. Panicked and got it wrong. That's okay. We're still doing real good. That means I'm more refreshed on this, though, so maybe I'll get some cool extra momentum in here. I disagree. That's fine. Woo! Alright, let's just take it nice and easy here for a moment. Making a lot of goon moves here. We should be in the clear now. There's going to be falling icicles. We're not worried about them. We are at the end. But just because I like to showcase this a little bit, here is a bonus stage. Above the exit, if you're not paying attention. Oh, this one was cool movement-wise. I remember this one. I've kind of already botched it. I remember having to be pretty fast on this one. Oh, that's a botch. Nah, it's fine. I don't want to go too much over them. Plus, the solutions to some of the higher level ones are satisfying, and if you are going to get the game at some point, I don't want to spoil everything. I just went into the same portal like a fool. Sure, we'll try it one more time. Game trying to tell me something. Yep, same mistake. I gotta do that higher up. Okay, correct portal this time. Sometimes brains are dumb, it happens everywhere. It does. I agree. Ropes of Hope. So now, we've seen rainy and snowy. Why not a desert? With, I think, another contender for best background art in the game. Why did I do that way? I'm a fool. The eggplants really mess with me. We now have rope climbing and falling platforms. With a little bit of give. Kind of coyote time in their own right. Really satisfying jump combos are going to start revealing themselves in some of these stages. I don't know why I did that. Just wanted to style on that one beat, I guess. Doesn't matter. Checkpoint. Hello, Thicket! Thank you for joining. You missed the vote, but you're here for the very cute bunny game. And that is just fine. We are currently about halfway through World 2, so you haven't even missed some of the best the game has to offer just yet. We are going to try and do a 100% run. Well, all stages, I guess, is the correct way to say it. There's that bonus stage down there. Some tight beat gaps. Another fake out. Gotta get that E just to show that we know where it is. I am Beer, much loved bunny game. Hello then, Beer. Unless that was a typo for here. Either way, it works. Arctic Blizzard. This is, I think, ready? Might be. Do we already have a speedrun on this? That's fine. I haven't gotten the speed medals on all of the stages yet. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, this... It's a windy stage. Again, in true Donkey Kong Country fashion, we have opposing wind forces that are going to change when we pass those signs. Sharper than I would have liked. Oof, I love that one. We've got another wild mask. Hello, Muscles! Thank you for joining! A pleasure to have you on a non-Mega Man day. That is very validating. Means I'm doing something right. You are in for some good platforming. Rather than being Mega Man influenced, this is all Donkey Kong Country influenced. In a way that I wish more people would talk about. This game is an absolute delight. Like I just mentioned to Thicket, who also just joined us recently, we are about halfway through the second world, a little bit more than that now. Dermot, can I just bounce off of you? I can, okay. It's been a little bit since I've done this one, and that does not come up very often. Goofy burning jack-o'-lanterns, who will at one point give yield to, I think, the best song in the game, which is kind of amazing when you stop and think about the fact that it's a stage about angry jack-o'-lanterns. It's fine. Not fine. We're fine. Stages take a little bit more time, so bear with me. I want to make sure we're being nice and safe. Should be creeping up on the end, though, if these pumpkins are any indication. There we go. Sonic Adventure 2 Pumpkin Hills set a precedent. Very good. That is not a bad point. I love the extremely doofy smiles those pumpkins have with the utmost contempt. That's the best part. They have a doofy smile, but you can tell they still hate you. On Twitch, I look for more games I'm familiar with, so I do scout for Mega Man content. Very much understandable. We're actually coming up on it soon. Although, we are about to get my favorite mask. I'm sure everybody will be able to guess immediately as to why. But outside of the obvious, these are also just really fun levels. And in a bracket, too, where I originally didn't like it, and then once I got all the movement down, I was like, oh, no, okay, I totally get why this level's cool. We have the Serpent Mask, Dragon Mask, I'm not 100% sure which. I'm going to say Serpent. We are now in an auto-scroller, except we still need to make sure we're moving. Our movement has changed. We have that ground pound and a double jump, all of which get chained together into some extremely sick movement. Everything refreshes off of successful enemy bounces, like I mentioned before. I don't know if I can guarantee one-shotting these. I'll be very proud of myself if I can. I usually goof up somewhere. But I love these levels. That said, I will be completely out of chat while I'm playing them, so you'll have to bear with me. Oh, okay, there's my first slip up. Doesn't matter, we immediately healed it back. almost messed that up. I'm gonna want a lot of hype if we get any of these first try. Which means it's time for hype! I am very satisfied with doing that first try. The easiest one out of all of them. The later ones get very cool. And now, that song I was talking about, we're going to Pumpkin Pyre, which plays in more than one stage. But I love this song. Also a pretty unique background. I don't think this one shows up in any other stage. So this one we've got... Oh no, there is one other stage, I believe. This one we've got hot, smoky updrafts, which, when I say it that way, sounds kind of unsavory. Forgive me. That will modify how our gliding works. Don't need it, not worried about it. There would be one of the Kaze letters up there. Not concerned. A little concerned that I took that damage, I don't think. Next. Well, doesn't matter. Dragon fruit hedgehogs, you can't kill them. I'm glad you all just immediately know the dragon fruit. It took me forever to... The only reason I caught that is because one of you mentioned it. If I can help it, I will leave the dragon fruits alone. Honestly, I usually do just by accident anyway. So it's, more than likely most of your dragon fruit pals will be completely unscathed. Oh, I might have botched. Yep. Oh, okay, you know what? I'll take it. That's a save. I forgot that one was there. That one is one of the hardest ones to find in the game. It took me quite a while backtracking to notice it. And it just saved me from taking damage or dying, so we take it. I don't even care if I finish this one. Because now we're safe. You see what I mean, though? We got put back, so we didn't actually lose any of the stage, unlike Donkey Kong, which is more than happy to just be like, nah, you didn't want to see the rest of this very good platforming. I love these offset hazards. Oh, what a goon. You don't have two gun arms. The X3 Zero Guidance shows playing a non-range character means ignoring enemies. You're not wrong. I actually almost picked up dragon fruit the other day. Grocery store had it, which was really surprising. Anyway, we are on our second boss, Buck's Brigade. I remember this one being a little on the tricky side. One of the better boss tracks. We are doing this one with the Eagle mask. So we are essentially doing a little bit of dodging. We need to enrage him, though. If I'm being honest, I'm going to need the same level of hype as the Serpent Mask if I one-shot bosses, because I'm out of practice with them, and they can be pretty tough. I'm already about to take damage? No, I'm not. We're good. Right, here he comes. Need to make sure we're hitting him in his big, dumb, bloated face. 2 more times. Rule of 3s. Ah, that's not great. Chat, I see you chatting. Big, dumb, bloated face. I could not agree more. Chat amongst yourselves. Get excited for me to pull this out of the fire because, unlike Donkey Kong Country, 2 mostly, there are no mid-boss heals, with the exception of, I think, the final boss, but that is also a much longer fight. Also, I might just be remembering that wrong, now that I think about it. There might not be any healing in it. Second hit is coming up. His rotation is going to be a little more aggressive. Doesn't matter. Got him on the first hit. If I'm remembering right, the wind is going to start changing this phase. I would like to be wrong about that. Okay, that's right, it's this. Those are the hits we need. No! Got me right out of the corner. That is unfortunate, but on me. It's like I was saying earlier, everything in this game is so tightly put together that there is virtually nothing that I have felt like wasn't my fault, which is the best way to do this kind of precision platforming stuff. It takes a while, too, to get into trusting the level design, especially coming from an indie studio, because you just never know. Because as far as I'm aware, this is this studio's only game. They haven't put anything else out that I could find. First hit. More time to pound him to a pulp. Honestly, more time with this song, too. Any kind of, like, really good bass-heavy drum, I'm pretty much always on board for. It's one of the reasons why I like Pumpkin Pyre so much as a song. It's just, like, all tribal drums. Alright, that's good. He's coming up. Oh! Okay, missed the first. That's fine. That's less fine. One more try. Ah, we missed. Oh, no! Okay, he cycles back around. Honestly, I've never missed him before. So I wasn't sure if he was going to keep rotating around or if I was going to have to do the phase again. We're in better shape than we were the last time. And now I also know not to panic about the wind, so my movement should be a little bit more confident. Some pun intended, you really have to feather the movement with the bird mask. It can be quite sensitive. Okay, that's good, that's good. Got him! Boss down. Now we get the same, but with the mask, which is super dope. Always a fan. I hate you. Please leave. You grow swollen fruit man.
Good work. Dino Gem awarded.
Say Pumpkin Pie literally IRL. I'm very jealous. That is dope. It's like you were prepping for this. Very good. I've been finding a lot of fun in indie games lately. Minami, I agree. There's actually another game that I kind of want to stream at some point that, all things considered, is more rough around the edges. It's very much clearly Shovel Knight. Like, it's a Shovel Knight-like. There's all the pogoing. There's lost loot when you die. Their level design is alright. There's some unfair challenge, and it's very short. It was only like 8 levels, and the levels are very long. But I still kind of dug it. I didn't regret buying it. Alright, we are going to backpedal to this area's challenge stage. Eats and bounces. I remember this one being really cool. This might be a mask one. Weirdo plant version of Sigma with a dumb hat. I do not disagree. Yes! This is the Tiger Mask one. I love... This is, I think, maybe my favorite bonus in the game. Because it showcases all of the jump refreshes that I was talking about. Ah, goofed. I need to jump higher and get my boosts through here. You're going to see a lot of really, really cool Tiger Mask movement. Ah! I didn't commit. That's my fault. This one I'm not going to limit myself to because I want to do all of it. Because getting a perfect run on this one is super satisfying looking. Just coming up short every time. It's first game and you want to support them. Yes, that was the other thing too. I'm pretty sure it was their first game. So I definitely respect it. And I wasn't too harsh about it either. Like, the stuff that didn't work was honestly not that bad. This is a lot more of that, like, trust the level. Ooh. Ah, man, that's a tough one. That's the other thing, too. None of these challenge stages have checkpoints. So pretty much no matter what, you're going to see a flawless run. Which is pretty satisfying. Oof, I wasn't 100% sure about that. Man, I need to stop rushing there. Game almost feels like a rhythm level. That's a good way to put it, actually. It kind of is. The main thing about it is, like, once you hit one of the, let's call them hatless beats, normal beats, you're committed. There's nothing you can do if you mess it up. Because that platform is just gone and it's not coming back. But yeah, it really does kind of have that rhythm cadence. Second-guessed that a little bit. Alright. I remember. The ground pound gives you a little bit more height. It doesn't come into play a lot, but when it does, it changes the entire level format up. That is World 2 down. We are on 8. I need to pick up the pace if I'm going to get all the way through this. We are moving on to World 3 out of 4. No more distractions. This is where it really picks up. Toxic Tide. We're going to get into the more difficult stuff now, too. As requested, I will do my best to spare any and all dragon fruits if I can help it. We are getting the shark mask again. If anybody didn't get to see that before, underwater movement has never felt so nice. I would like that. Thank you. I already had it. Didn't need it. We're good. These are going to be pretty satisfying speed levels, too. If I'm being honest, let's not make me immediately eat my words, please and thank you, brain. There we go. It's like it never happened. Just to do it, because we haven't been ground pounding a lot. Checkpoint. I love just demolishing those cucumbers. Such a silly enemy type. I'm kind of feathering my movement because I can outpace them, and I need to make sure I'm not accidentally putting myself in a position where I will ram into them. It took me forever to notice. We've got a raspberry anglerfish ghost on our tail. We are good. Sea cucumber, I am a menace. God damn it, very good. Starfish or starfruits? Yeah, I guess they would be. Oh my god. Alright. Picking up the pace, picking up the pace. We can do this. Zipline, I remember this one being pretty fun. We haven't seen much of the zipline stuff yet, if at all. Now, we got slides. We're starting to get into the stuff that I also played more recently too. Oh shit. More recently too, so my movement ideally is going to look a little bit more smooth. Because I wanted to go out of my way to make sure I got all the collectibles. Also tell me this isn't Banjo-Kazooie style music. Oh god, I need to stop holding X there. So X drops you straight down, but it's also how you do your spin. And I kind of instinctively hold it like a run button, even though I don't need to, and keep making that mistake like a fool. Like this heart, please and thank you. There we go. We're trusting the stage movement. There we go. Very much not a difficult jump. I was just being a goon and making it harder on myself for no reason. Oh, I love some of this movement so much. The more advanced stuff in this game as it comes up is really, really satisfying. That is going to come to a head in an upcoming Dragon Mask stage that I'm very excited to do again. Yoop. Just all one buttery slide down these zip lines. So good. And we're out. Far too into Mega Man 64, nothing wrong with that. I admittedly never played Banjo-Kazooie, I was more a Spyro gal. None of that is a bad thing. Oh, I see, you were too into 64 to get into Banjo. That's totally fine. Honestly, I think that kind of variety is what makes gaming so cool. The tomatoes with the pumpkin grenades are great. I know, I love them. Like the carrot launchers. But now we got these horrible onions. Almost took out that starfruit. I stopped myself. So we are now being introduced to these platforms. And these bananas are just the best. They're so dumb. To our first checkpoint. Save the starfruits, I guess hashtag or whatever. Gonna take that hit. That's my fault for being too jumpy. Do our best to not have that come back to bite us. Ah, see, that's an instance where I shouldn't have been trying to get around the dragon fruits. I should have let myself have those ones. I paid for it. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that one, but that's fine. We're still good. Something very satisfying but very uncomfortable about the crunch noises that those onions make. There we go. Heart, we are about to see what happens when those reach their full rope length. They do respawn in a pinch. Not sure if I was going to make that one, but we are good. Speaking of good... Hashtag not the dragon fruit, I believe in you. Yeah, save them, boys. Doing my best. Respawns can't replace the innocent lives. Now, you could argue that when I take out the vegetables, that they are being freed from their curse, because Thicket, I don't know if you were in here initially, but when you take out an enemy, they turn into their, like, regular form. Alright, so we are now running away from a tornado. I haven't done this level as a speed level yet, so I'm interested to see how well I do. I'm gonna be a little more focused, forgive me. It is Tiger Mask time, let's go. Dope movement. Ah! I thought I jumped. That's my bad fault. Of all ways to eat it there. Didn't need it. Got it anyway. Was a mistake. We'll say it wasn't. Style points. Got the K. This is another stage with the pumpkin theme. So that on its own is enough to be very exciting. Ooh, almost a mistake. Save a little tiny bit of time. Don't know why that didn't launch me, but that's fine. We're still alive. And we're good. Barely even saw the tornado. So all the bad guys are turning into delightful dragon fruit hedgehogs. The only true form. Gotcha. Oh, so we're in Oklahoma. Love it. You guys are doing so good tonight. Toxic Lake. I'm glad not the dragon fruit is in there. So we got some classic DK hooks. We got these horrible watermelons. Some of the only timing that I'm very iffy on in the game. In a way that I am 100% confident is my fault. So I won't call them on it. But there's one or two watermelons, I think maybe even in this stage. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. I couldn't not do that one. Forgive me. I'm doing my absolute best. I know you can all see it. I saw chat move as soon as that happened, and I can't bring myself to look at who said what. Oh, shoot! Okay, there. See, they got their revenge. Toxic Lake. No, that's just League of Legends. I was gonna make a comment, too, about how, like, no, I already banned some bots from chat tonight. Ah, why am I whiffing that? That's such a bad one to miss. I'm a fool. So the issue with the watermelons is that if you hit them from the front, you bounce off of them pretty aggressively, and on a stage like this, where you are constantly losing progress to rising toxic League of Legends water, that can really be damaging. I don't think I needed to go this... Oh, okay. Oh, this is sketchy. No, so sketchy. I wasn't pacing that correctly. Like I said, this is where the stages are going to start to get more tough, which I'm excited to showcase. Because it's going to make successes only that much better. Unless I just miss an easy jump like an idiot. That's a little different. That's just bad. Almost another terrible mistake. Let's not start making rush mistakes. That being said, let's not mess that jump up. Okay. That redeems what just happened. Right. Good gaming. Okay, yeah, that is to a portal, so I do need to go this way, which means I need to get good. Oh, I'm not getting good fast enough. Oh, it's coming. All right. Gotta jump, we gotta jump, we gotta jump. We're good. League of Bathwater, gross. Yo, it's me. Oh, I know. I know. But it's a fun challenge. I've already beaten all these stages, so going through with a Dragon Fruit Pacifist run is a nice way to do it. But this one's pretty auto-scrollery. I'm gonna need to stay focused. Now is also a good time for questions, comments. How are you feeling about the game? How are you feeling about your day? How's everybody doing just in general? Don't need it. Gonna get it anyway. I gotta tell you, I really set myself up for a win-win-win tonight. I was a little almost disappointed for just a moment that one of the mech games didn't come up before remembering exactly how much I love this game. Which is silly because that's why I put it on the list. I knew I wanted to showcase it. But no matter what vote came out, we were in for a treat. Stuff. Give me just a moment. I see you answering my question in chat that I am now just openly ignoring. Z! Had to do it. Should have taken him out. Oh, shouldn't have gone for him. Oh, God! Alright, we're good. We're good. We're not good. I can't believe it. I can't believe I just made that happen. Only just realized commanders are firing peppers out of their... Oh, you know what? You're right, they are peppers. Here's a good chat spot. Vibing before birthday shenanigans tomorrow. Oh, happy early birthday, Minami. Thank you for vibing. That makes us feel like we're all part of the party. That is dope. You have any fun plans, or are you just gonna chill? I know it's midweek, so that can always get a little tricky if you got work. Actually, no, I guess tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? I see and acknowledge that you are answering, but this is the scary part again. Z? Alright, let me catch up real quick. Try to pop in while I can, just chilling. I'm gonna have a nice dinner and dark chocolate cake. Ooh, with raspberry sorbet. See, that's a good combination. Dark chocolate is a harder sell for me, admittedly. No shame to anybody who likes it, because I really like bitter. I'm actually surprised I don't like dark chocolate more. But pairing it with something like a raspberry sorbet, that's perfection. A+. Very good choice. Gotta go ahead. We were so close. That sucks. Strawberry cheesecake ice cream earlier. Oh my god, you guys are all killing that, too. I had Entenmann's fudge brownies with lunch. They're very bad for you. Sprint of Spirits. This stage is awesome, and I'm very excited to showcase it. We're also creeping up on the last world. I think we're actually going to make it by 9. This is moving really well. This is one of my favorite levels in the game. I'm hoping that I can first try it. This is going to be another one that I'm going to need hype for. That is unavoidable to the best of my experimentation. We are combining the stop and go with the ghost that we saw and the serpent mask. Red fruits are bad, blue are good. We need to make sure he doesn't catch up with us. It is time for a very tense chase. And I am going to be 100% locked in, so please bear with me. I've already made a mistake. There's a lot of real tight movement here. Relying on double jumps to keep you from sailing off. Oh, that's not good. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Oh, and I still take damage because of panicking anyway. I don't know if this is going to be a one try. I will do everything in my power, chat. That's a tight one. Ah! Little too early. So no mistakes, only zoomies. I appreciate it. I like that at this stage, too, it even kind of makes you work for your health power-ups. That's what I should have done. Every blue is crucial. I think you can make, like, pretty much one mistake. Oh, I accidentally double inputted my jump on that one. That is another one on me. That's interesting. I got the KO on that enemy, but still got hit. So that's sketchy. This is another dangerous one. There we go. That's cleaner. Oh, well, didn't matter. This is one of the ones that, like, if I were doing this, knowing that I was doing this game beforehand, I would have, like, practiced just this level. Like this, one other, and then, like, the final boss. It's not a lack of confidence, it's just, like, a lot of this comes down to tight memorization. And it has just been long enough. Man, I keep making that same mistake there. Ooh, that's dangerous. I don't think there's one close enough to save me here. There is one close enough to save me here. With the jukes. And then I immediately make a mistake. Oh, no! I know exactly what I did wrong there. And it's all on me again. Man. Very fair. Thank you for the gear. Totally valid. Two quick dive kicks there. Gotta be fast on that one. That was the mistake I made last time. Sail there. Oh, I didn't expect that double bounce. No blame on my end, no blame on the game's end. That was just a total cock-up. My bad entirely. Now, that one was a hit confirm problem on my end. I didn't think I made it, so I went for another dive kick. But I did actually connect with the Beats helmet. And ended up bouncing twice, which made my dive kick take me where I did not want to go, vis-a-vis down. Well, the wrong down, I guess, is the better way to put that. That's what I expected to happen. We were right at the end again, too. All good, though. The wrong down is what they called me in college. Very good. Don't hug the salmon fruit fish. We got there, though. Temper hype, because that was an embarrassment, if I'm being honest. I'm upset that I didn't get that a little bit cleaner, but it's fine. I still really enjoy that stage, and all those mistakes were totally mine. And Olaf is pretty tough. I think I remember mostly finishing this one via a little bit of luck when I originally did it. So this one is going to be another one where you might have to bear with me a tiny bit. Oh, yeah, it's those. Those are the ones that really hurt me. Olaf has some pretty good sound effects, though. Nope, that's out. What I need to remember is that I can just go up over those. And yeah, Olaf is extremely punchable. It's honestly pretty great how much they make you want to just, like, beat the boss's asses. See, like, that's how I should be doing that. Already making the same mistake again. Right, these get really scary. Yeah, those are really tight. I need to make sure that I remember those patterns a little better. What am I doing, brain? Why are you like this? That was just me saying, here, please, Olaf, take my health. I actually kind of just want to take a death on purpose, but we'll see what we get. Tighter than I should have made that. Doing good. Olaf is getting a little more unhinged. Right, how good this song gets too, man. Up, up. Oh, I thought I was going to get in underneath that one. I'm just going to wait here. Actually, this is a pretty dominant strategy right now. Oh, less if I'm hitting. Oh my god, I can't believe I whiffed that. Okay, cool, we got him. You can dash into his back. I just learned new tech. Calling that tech is a little bit generous. I'm just keeping it more exciting for you. Which... No, I'm not. Oh, man. Honestly, I'm a little upset at myself for realizing that I could just, like, safely dash over these guys in one go like this. That is so clearly how you're supposed to do this. And I figured it out just now. On camera for all of you, even though I did this boss fight multiple times. As usual, just being extremely good at video games. That's on me, that's... Oh my god. A disaster. To be fair, onions bruise easily. That's very true. I promise this will not just be an Olaf-only stream from now on. Outs. It's more satisfying when you hit him square in the face. We're not making the same mistake again. I almost made the same mistake again. What did I just tell you, brain? much cleaner. And Olaf's Phase 3 music is really seriously good. Oh, danger, danger, danger! And no, got him! Oh man, I thought I whiffed that. We get our Tiger Mask victory pose. Onion peeled. I guess you can peel any vegetable. Onion delayered, let's say. Who's somehow worse in death. Well, he's gone now permanently. We saved the critters, who are still living in a toxic dump, but it's, you know, if it's where they're adapted to, who am I to judge? And that ended up being a no damage. I actually don't know if I had that no damage already. So you know what? We'll take it. Onion diced is pretty good. Alright, we are moving on to the final world. It's getting a little dicey. Oh, no, the challenge stage. Oh, hold on. I gotta go for the challenge stage at least once. Ill of toxic waste? Refall. Oh, I remember this one being kind of cool, actually. Let me see what I can do. It ate my second X input, so we're not going to get it this time, I doubt, but... As always, I will do my best for you, my lovely chat. There being some sketchy parts here. Oh, that's so scary. That's so scary. Oh, first try. Let's do it. I love that fake out, too, where you miss the portal and you're like, no! But then there's, like, all bounce at the bottom, and it's like, ah, you got me, devs. Very good. Excellently done. Okay, cool. That didn't take that much extra time. Still don't want to spoil that. Wombat, I see you hyping me over. I appreciate it. Alright. Carrot Land, final world. I'm going to do everything in my power to get this taken care of. Final boss might be our only major sticking point. I remember most of these stages being more difficult to 100% all the items. So I'm hoping that if my memory holds out, we'll be okay for actual completion. I am not giving myself confidence. Brain, you gotta slow down there for just a second. That's 2 for 2. Damnation for you, I'll be more confident. Are those garlic cloves? I thought they were, like, artichokes. I could see it either way, though, if I'm being honest. Oh, shoot, you're catching up. That's right, this is a rising stage. And now... Bird Mask. Eagle Mask. I think Eagle Mask sounds cooler. Eagle, Serpent, Tiger, Shark. Luckily the level... Oh, God. Luckily the level... Very good. Bird up is solid. Luckily the level isn't rising anymore. At least for right now. I think that does eventually change closer to the end. Once I get some good rhythm here, we should be pretty safe. Dodge and weave. There is obviously bonus stuff in the other direction, but that is not why we're here. We're in a hurry. Oh, not that much of a hurry. Okay, cool. Checkpoint. We good. Checkpoint confidence. Let's go. I thought I might have been able to squeak that one out, but that's what I get for being full of hubris. And also this. Came to dry land. Horrible thought. Thank you. I love taking out those cucumbers. There we go. Much better. Get out of the way. That is bonus path. Some of the late game hiding gets pretty diabolical. If I'm remembering correct, we're getting pretty close to the end of this one. Hear it. We good. We good. Confidence has portrayed you just like the Age crew in the Lasso runs. No, it's all good. We've got this. You know, I was gonna make a prediction to see if I could finish this all before 9, and I completely fucking forgot. It's way too late now. Everybody spent enough Zenny today as it is. Oh. We're getting some of the movement here. This tornado is back. This one is much more unforgiving than the first one. As long as we can get to this first checkpoint, then I'm okay. Hey, check it out. I'm okay. I forgot about you. Save a little bit of time there by not doing the entire thing. Ah! That's my bad. Storm Tornado's properly charged up. You are absolutely right. Knew that was going to happen. That eggplant works like when you're initially running through, but coming from a dead stop, I think its momentum is just different enough. There we go. That's what we wanted last time. Still saving the boys. Every dragon fruit that we can help stays safe. What have I done? A terrible, terrible, terrible rush mistake. We just lost a lot. We just lost a lot of time there. Almost keep forgetting that. Can't forget that. This is a tougher stage where admittedly most of the hazard is bottomless pit, but... Oh, don't like that. That's what I did wrong. Be good. Not a fan of that death creeping up on the final 10 minutes, but I think we can still make this happen. Jelly Dungeon. Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay, this one's got some really cool movement that I'm going to think I remember, but I don't, so I'm going to die a couple times, probably. Not counting that one. That was just being stupid. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this stage. Disagree. I definitely had my hand off of that button, but we're fine. This stage, if I'm doing it perfectly, should look really cool. There we go. That was a bad... I do that every time. Could have carried my momentum there. It would have been cooler if I did. We're fine. We're not fine. Whiff to jump input. Better cycle, though, at least. Just that little tap to not run right into that pepper. There's the momentum I lost last time. Oh! What I'm trying to do there from, like, old failing muscle memory is, if I... There we go. There's that perfect, at least. Hold on. I was trying to spin dash under or spin underneath him. See, the rhythm of that one is really cool. Getting like a deathless run on that one feels awesome. That's another really good stage. Alright. We're in for it now. This is the lizard run. And there's one particular reason why. So we've already seen all of the lizard's movements. We're familiar with the climbing ropes. We're familiar with all of those individual components. What we get here is one of the most satisfying sound effects in the game that is all thanks to a combination of that. Because it is obviously Lizard Mask time. This is the first, or the last Lizard Mask stage of the game. If you remember, my cool dive now sounds like that. And I'm immediately going to whiff that. But it still looks real cool. Sounds real cool. Alright, now I'm focused. This one has some really, really cool movement in it. It's also the hardest one by a wide margin, so I need to lock in on this. We're going to lose a bunch of time here, I'm sure. Oh, I accidentally ate my jump input last time. Don't eat it. Checkpoint, we're doing good. Ah, I make that mistake every time. This one is really, really extra hard on the time trial one, which I do believe I finished, finally. Every time. Because time trial removes your checkpoint, so you have to do it in one run, which is already hard enough. But it also removes all of the gems and collectibles, and a lot of them kind of guide you to jumps. Man, I need to stop doing that. So effectively, you're doing this in one run and also blind, so it takes a lot of memorization. You know, like that. Good, I didn't hit that banana. That's a nice change. Usually I jump into that one by mistake. Oh! I can't believe I just did that. I knew I had to bounce off of the onion. Did bounce off of the onion, but buffered my jump because I was panicking going through the rope anyway. Usually run headlong into that banana like an idiot. So we're 2 for 2 on that. Oh god, that time I didn't dive! Oh, I see all the mistakes I'm making, and they're all legit, because it's been a couple weeks. Ugh. Jump too late. Magnus, you are 100% right on that phrasing. Go. Almost messed that up. Luckily, there isn't like one specific solution for everything. So you can salvage stuff with the right movement, which is really nice for this section. There we go. That's another... Oh, God, I make that mistake every time, too. No! That one's just really hard in general. almost messed that up again. Mercifully, I did not. I want to explain how to get that big crystal every time I run by it, but I'm just too focused and I can't do it. Right, that's down pat again. Golden. I was going to hit him again. Every time. That one, like, blends into the background a little bit. Oh, there we go. Golden. All right. Not the worst. I lost a lot more time there than I would have liked to. Gotta wash it out and wring it dry, the brain. I do not disagree.
Dino Gemma Warden.
Just pull your brain out of your head and shake it like a maraca while yelling enough. Very good. Grab the Tyranno. God damn it. Haunted Lake. We're getting another final appearance for the game. It's gonna be Raspberry Angler one more time. But this time, with the mechanics that we learned about his stop-and-go vibes. That a couple times, that's fine. Saving the star fruit, dragon fruit, you know. You know what I mean? There he is. The goon himself. That's the worst watermelon in the game. Actually, that one's not much better. There might even be one more. Right, shark mask time. This one's got a lot more really satisfying underwater movement, because of course it does. All glides super well. But now, we're doing as we did previously and making sure that we are constantly keeping him turned off. If I'm being honest, this level I played a lot too, so I'm pretty confident in it. But I also don't want to eat my words, so forgive me in advance if I make any silly-looking mistakes. It has still been a little while. If I'm going to get turned around on anything, it's going to be these guys, because they keep inverting which direction they fire. Ugh. Ah, I saw it right as something is following you. Yes, in fact, something is following me. Oh my god. My dash ran out. That is now vital, because I don't have the heart here anymore, so my route needs to change. Weirdly easier for me to go that way. One of the more fun letters to get in the game. You cycle back around and hit that one twice. That's the one that always messes me up. We are pretty well and truly done now, though. Truly done. Nice and easy. At least the walls aren't spiky. Some of them are, but not all of them. I like that one a lot, though. Also, thanks for the heads up on that. I appreciate it. Alright. This one might trip me up a little bit, too. But there is also some very fun movement in this one as well. A little bit more of an at the game's pace vibe again. But now, we got the tiger mask again. So it is all about this dope-ass movement. Which I completely messed up. I'm not supposed to dash through him. I am supposed to bounce off of him to refresh, go down, fall, go through the cucumber, across. Salvage! Nope, missed it. I should have had more confidence in that jump. It would have been fine when I got there. That's what we wanted. Not how I expected that to resolve, but we're fine. Take out that corn. Alright, checkpoint, we're in good shape. This is now the half that I've played much more of. Since we're not going for items, I'm a lot safer on particular stuff that I want to be doing. Perfect timing for that sentence to come out of my mouth. If I'm extra fast there, I know I can make it to the previous platform on that cycle, but it isn't really worth risking for right now since we're already... Oh! Right, that's not a... Oh, I remember where I'm at now. It's not really safe for trying to complete quickly without dying a whole bunch of foolish times, like I'm still doing anyway. Take it nice and easy, don't need to worry about it. And now, it's another rising stage. Oh, which I almost messed up. This one is really tense. There's a couple pretty unkind jumps, like that one is really rough. Might take me 1 or 2 more tries to get that. You have to climb really fast. Alright, we're a little better this time. I haven't figured it out entirely, but there's like a weird trigger zone for how that resolves. Shoot, right, that's not the way I need to go. This is now, though. Oh! Just a little too fast for it. I think this stage is about the closest to anything in the game where I feel like their timing is just a little bit too off. There's certain parts about these, like, end area platform jumps that feel almost incorrect. Not enough for me to call them out. Well, not enough for me to, like, proper call out, I suppose, you know what I mean? Because I am mentioning them. But, like, that one you have no margin of error for. Oh, God, and that one, the issue is there's ice right above where I'm stopping that climb there, so I can't get any higher. And if I mistime it, then I no longer have enough height, so it's like a really weird balancing act. That, I think, is my least favorite jump in the game, is that one right there. Everything else, crystal clear, no notes. That one I'd change the timing on, probably just a little bit. I thought I missed that. There we go. Still not done. Still not done. We are close, though, and mercifully it does stop. So we are done with that stage. Hardest jump in the game. As far as I'm concerned. We are over time, but at this point, there's no way I'm not going to finish. So don't worry about that. We are remarkably close to done. Hopefully everybody is still having a good time. I really like a lot of the basic platforming movement in this one. There's a lot of really cool stuff you get to do here. Like needing to cycle that back around proper. Checkpoint. Whoops! Just kind of let that happen. Questioned the logic of the Ferris wheels that go through magma, but yeah, good times. Having a good time, glad to hear it. Hello, I just got here and I'm not having a good time because somebody ruined my boy Leo with shoulder cannons. Show yourself, you coward. Wazen, do you not like the ground type Leo with the beam cannons on the shoulders? Excuse me. First time I might argue with a member of chat. Not really. We like all Leos here, sir. If I'm being honest, I totally forgot that the Leos were even on the screen. I'm so focused on the game. Ooh, man. Ah, I love, like, those double backs. So good. So satisfying. Magma Ferris wheels are all the rage. Never heard of the ground type Leo. Yeah, it's in a couple of the desert fight scenes. It doesn't come up a lot. The Leo has a lot of really optional equipment. Last day of Leo season. Oh my god, you're right! That's perfect. Alright, so... You know what? I'm going to do this one first because it's this and then the final boss. And this one is basically just Toho. So get ready for Toho. My track record for this stage is remarkably good, which means I'm going to die like 5 times here. I actually don't think I've died on this stage yet. And I know that just saying that has cursed me. I think we're already getting pretty close to the end here. Remember this being where it... Yep, I can hear it. Easy! A no-damage birthday Toho clear just for you, Minami. Perfect record, still good. We are on the final boss. This fight's real cool. There's one kind of maybe like, oh, I can't believe you snuck this up on me, but I don't care. The overall fight is really cool. Probably going to take me a couple tries. If I get this in one try, I need you guys to lose your fucking minds. That's not good. That sucks. This is not going to be a first try if I already took a hit. Right, so you'll notice in the background as I collect those crystals... Oh, kind of flashing lights warnings there. I actually forgot about that. You'll notice that kind of, like, big pillar in the background. Now we are getting falling platforms. So she has kind of like a gravitational physics thing going on to her, where you'll notice I'm kind of making her orbit around. That's me kiting her in certain directions so that she doesn't zero in too harshly. Flashing light warning. Alright, that's 2 of those phases down. Oh, that sucks! Okay, alright, alright. We salvaged it. That's the scariest jump I've ever made in this fight. You also need to be careful about not jumping on her too early. Okay, this one is going to be sketchy. Ah, what a terrible way to lose that. Blessed with BO, but you shouldn't be without a tall geese. I will add that for you, but since this is the final boss and we're over, time-wise, I will do it at the end to put it on screen for you for sure. But you will need to bear with me. The worst part about that death, too, is I would have died there either way, even if I hadn't already taken damage, because it was a pit. Ugh. I'm gonna take a death on purpose. I'd like to get to the next phase, at least with one hit, just to feel a little bit more confident. Much better. Remember on hits, that flashing light warning just in case. It's definitely jarring the first time it happens. Good. Very calculated. Get her off screen a little bit. This phase has kind of become the easiest one for me. Oh, I thought that was too early for sure. Almost gooped there. That would have been shitty. This is a really easy one. We're good. more sketchy. Okay. Alright, we're fine. We're doing good. That's the last crystal for this phase. Got her. Alright. Second. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is the final phase. It's all Tiger Mask movement. And I remember this having a couple things that caught me off guard the first time I did it. Yeah, that. That's specifically that. Time! Not bad. You know, going only 18 minutes over, considering the fact that I took a lot of really silly deaths and did a couple of the bonus stages and stuff like that, I'm pretty happy with that, considering the fact that this originally took me 10 hours to 100%. That is a substantially faster run. But that's Kaze and the Wild Masks. There's still a couple more things I'm going to show while I'm still on stream, because at this point I might as well. But I'm super glad everybody was so into it. I absolutely adore this game. I'm more bummed than anything else that more people don't talk about it. I'm glad it does well. Like, anytime anybody plays it or reviews it, it's always, like, glowing. Everybody loves it when they actually get into it. It's just an instance where, like, you know, if you don't know about it, it just wasn't marketed that broadly. So, we should be good on the good ending, too. I'm assuming it's just going to read my save file every time. I like her little carrot shoes. Play it at GDQ. Honestly, this would be a really fun speed game. I should look up and see if they have done this at GDQ. Because it's a really solid game. So if you remember, the opening cutscene was our little buddy getting sucked into the ring. But thankfully we got all of the gems. One of my favorite games this year was one that my friend randomly found on Steam and threw at me. Sometimes that really is all it takes. I sat on this one for a long time. I knew I was going to enjoy it. It turned into a matter of like, okay, you know what, it's on sale. If I don't get it now, then I'm just going to keep not getting it. I'm going to get it. And I just like sat down for like a week or two, played all the way through. It's like, you know, this was perfect. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. Excellent game. Cannot recommend it enough. Our boy's back! So I guess spoilers for the good ending, but it's not a particularly in-depth story. Short and sweet, doesn't overstay its welcome. Honestly, I could do with like 4 more worlds. That's not me being greedy, though. Like, I think it's a great length. I don't think they undervalued it or undersold it or anything like that. So, no concerns that way at all. But at the same time, if they wanted to make, like, a Kaze 2 that was, like, twice as long, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. And then just right back into this, because we already beat it. Hey, and you know what? We got out on a no damage, too, which I don't know if I had already. Give that logo one more splash. Don't have to go through the whole credits, even if the song is very good. There's one more cutscene I want to show off. If you get all of the green gems, there's story components. Well, actually, I guess it's up to chat if you don't want to see it. You know what? I won't spoil it. I will let this just play, though. But that is going to do it for this evening. We're already 22 minutes over, but this was super worth it. I'm so glad I got to do a complete playthrough. I'm really glad folks stuck around. I'm really glad folks enjoyed it. Dark Souls Taxi Boy Rescued, very good. I'll definitely have to grab this game myself eventually. It's also not expensive. Right now, I can actually just tell you right now, store page on Steam. It is... It's only $15, and that's not on sale. That's just how much it costs. You can also get the bundled version that comes with the soundtrack as a download too, which on its own is $5. Yeah, it's just superb. Like, it's an excellently put together platformer. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm so glad people came to vote. I'm super glad that something this colorful and completable got selected. Any of them would have been fun, but this was a treat. So many of you stuck around, commenting the entire time. It was an absolute pleasure. This was fantastic. That is going to do it, like I mentioned. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Well, actually, first, I believe Myth is going to be back on track next week. So Monday, no matter what, because I want to show him Mega Man Maker, it's going to be one more session of Mega Man Maker. If he is back proper, then we're going to do Halo 4. We're going to start a campaign of that, all 4-player. If not, it'll probably be more Crab Champions. We might mix it up with something else. Let me actually double-check what day that'll be. It is 1 day short for it being Breaker 4, so the week after that, Breaker 4. So get excited for that. And then Thursday, honestly, I might just do one of the other games, if I'm being honest. It's either that or I might do Breaker, actually. That might be perfect. We'll figure it out. In any case, everybody have a thunderful evening. Take care. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining.